Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 27th, 2019. It's the Jesuit Order's birthday. On this day, a very sick ritual going down with the Washington Nationals, who are hosting the Cleveland Indians. And keep in mind, Washington, D.C., very much a Jesuit stronghold. That's why Georgetown, the first Jesuit university in the U.S., is located there. But check this out. Dave Martinez, today's going to be his 322nd game of managing the Washington Nationals. 322, that number of skull and bones. We've had two men in the White House in recent decades that were both members of that fraternity. 322. And notice Dave Martinez is on 149 losses coming into this 322nd game. Many times I've shown relationships of 322 and 149. Skull and bones equals 149. They just did a big ritual with Robert Mueller with the numbers 322 and 149. I've talked about the film Enemy of the State, which released on the 322nd day of the year. An hour and 49 minutes into that movie, Will Smith's character looks at his watch and the time is 3:22. These numbers get paired together more often than you realize. 322, 149. Now here's how crazy this is. The Washington Nationals are playing the Cleveland Indians tonight, and it's known that Prescott Bush, the father of George H.W. Bush, once stole Geronimo's skull for his secret society, Skull and Bones at Yale. Now, with regards to Geronimo, he died on the 48th day of the year, February 17th, in the year 1909, 110 years ago. And we'll come back to the 48th day, but notice that from his death, February 17th, to today's baseball game on the Jesuit birthday, September 27th, is 223 days, 322 in reverse. 223 is the 48th prime number. Again, Geronimo died on the 48th day of the year. Cleveland equals 48. Today, September 27th, 2019, has 48 date numerology. And the Nationals, well, I didn't get in that screenshot, but here, I'll just show you. The Nationals are going for their 48th home win today. Let me zoom this in for you here. The Nationals' home record, 47-31 at home. They can pick up their 48th win today in this very specific ritual to Skull and Bones, the Indians, Geronimo. And realize this stuff goes on every year, year after year, without exception. And last year in the world of sports, the MLB and the NFL synced up a ritual with history in mind, the genocide of the natives. So last year, Monday Night Football, the Saints were playing the Redskins, and on that same day, the Braves and Indians were eliminated from the playoffs. And we pointed out that Drew Brees, on the date of that game, October 8th, 2018, it was his 266th day of his age. The motto of the Jesuits has a gematria of 266. Pope Francis, the first publicly Jesuit pope, he's the 266th pope. And they made a big deal about Brees while the score was 26-6 on his 266th day of his age, wiping out the Redskins in the first half. That game to the Pope's upcoming 82nd birthday. By the way, Saints equals 82. Pope Francis equals 122. The Saints became 12-2 on Pope Francis's 82nd birthday last year. But anyway, from the game to Pope Francis's birthday was a span of 71 days. Catholic 71, right? Christopher Columbus was paid for by the Catholic Church. This ritual was going on Columbus Day. And here's what happened in baseball on that day. The Astros eliminated the Indians 11-3, like how the Astros won the 113th World Series. And the Dodgers beat the Braves 6-2. 6-2. Genocide equals 62. And the final score of the football game ended up being 43-19. 62 points. Saints equals 19. Football equals 43. But two sports scores connecting to 62. Genocide 62. Christopher Columbus Day, who journaled about how easy it was to kill the natives because they didn't have gunpowder. Just think about how sick this stuff is. And it goes on year after year. these riddles in sports, rigged sports, paying tribute to Sikh history. And again, it all comes back to Masonry and secret societies in the Catholic Church, Jesuits, Scottish Rite. Remember, the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite have major influence in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is named after the Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington. The Jesuits, it used to be the Catholic colony, which is why it's between Virginia and Maryland, Virgin Mary. Let me see, did I put up my thread here? I thought I linked it. Well, let me show you something real quick about the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite. Let me bring up a current post here. Give me one moment. So, we got another Jesuit Scottish Rite ritual today, the death of Joseph Wilson. Remember Joseph Wilson and Valerie Plame in the early 2000s, the scandal. He died today on the Jesuit Order's birthday. He died 325 days after his birthday. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is 325. He died from organ failure, 127 like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And again, dead on the Jesuit Order's birthday, September 27th. His name, Joseph Wilson, has a lot of overlap with Scottish Rite. And here's the thing about the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite. At the 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite, they share the motto with the Jesuits. And that motto does sum to 115, like Masonic, like France. The Jesuits were formed in France. The Scottish Rite came to power in France. And again, just lots of synchronicities between these two secret societies that have so much influence in DC, so much influence in the world of sports. So we'll leave it there. Till next time, Truth Seeker.